Hey there guys, it's Sir Aaron, and welcome to another vlog of Amber. It's been a long time, quite a few months I think, and there's a lot of things to show you. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Now, first of all, there's the palace. A few things have changed here. As you can probably tell, there's now a garden, which is good. I'm gonna quickly go over all the different things in the garden. So we've got this sort of jungle area here. We've got a maze. We've got these like birch and normal wood crossbreeds. And then we get into some like weird gardens. So these are oak trees with pine leaves that have birch wood. And I think it's like a really high contrast, and I think this looks really awesome. We also have swamp trees, this thing in the middle of these like bushes, birch trees, a giant sequoia, more oak wood, pine leaves, cherry blossom in this sort of Japanese garden, some lakes, these sort of autumn-ish trees. I'm not really sure, they're sort of autumn colours, but they're not like specifically autumn trees. They've got white birch and yeah, they're kind of cool. These stone trees, which I love, they're literally just normal oaks or giant oaks that have been converted, like the leaves have been converted into cobblestone, stone, obsidian and mossy cobblestone, and the trunks have been turned into pillars. There's pine over there, there's this thing, there's a few of these dotted around the perimeters of the palace, and they, lore-wise, they help protect the palace. There's a sort of jungle area here with these like flower blocks, I guess. I mean, it's just wool, but it looks quite nice. And this sort of trench going around with vines and sort of like ruined type walkway, I guess, which leads around this like curvy path and then up into the island, if you will. So I think that's really nice looking. We've got these weird web trees, which is an idea that I stole off Sunny Shade from Crenolusis. Crenolus. I can never pronounce their name, but the guys that helped build the library, which you'll see in a minute. These ice trees, or sort of light, like crystal trees, I guess, with golden bark, which is, I don't know, they're kind of weird looking, but I kind of like them as well. Basically, the idea that I'm going for with these gardens around the palace is like formal but exotic, and sort of different areas of the garden come from different areas of the universe, as it were. More sort of crossbreeds, and then these like formal round cut trees, which are very tall but look quite nice. They look out of place in normal Minecraft, but I don't know, I think they look alright. And then we've got like fields of flowers and whatnot, and over here there's more pine and the great oak. And it's getting to be sunset, so let's change the time. This is the Grand Hall, which you've all seen before, but the interior of it has kind of changed a bit. I think this is looking a lot better now. A lot better. Well, I mean, it's still the same, but the walls are like less blank. You know, this used to be just solid. Like all of this, like this and this, used to be just stone brick. So there's more variation in the color, and now there's these red arches and stuff as well. So it's looking really nice in here now, which I'm really pleased with. And then there's the roof of the palace. As you can see, we've like moved it up another layer. I say we, I mean I'm the only one working on the project now still. But it's all been moved up one layer, so now there's an extra floor. And then there's this villa type thing going around the whole roof. And I'm not sure what to do with this space still. This is a giant sort of ice pillar thing. That's really just there to work out what the maximum height of the world is. I'm not sure whether I'll keep it yet or not. I kind of like it, but if it's going to be there, then it needs to have other stuff around it. Or have it in the middle or something, and like build up around it. And I'm honestly not sure what to put here yet. I'm thinking like more layers, just lots and lots and lots of layers, but I'm not sure what exactly to put there yet. And if I can't think of anything, then I'll probably wind up just putting a like a giant roof garden on top, which would be quite boring and lazy of me, but it works, I guess. So outside of the palace is the public green, and anybody is welcome to come here. Not everybody can go into the formal gardens of the palace, but anyone can come up to this area, the top layer of amber, and just sort of chill out in the forests or on the plains and grassy fields and stuff, with a nice look of the palace as it unrenders in the distance. And so this is the main entrance into the palace, which you've all seen before, and this is the library. And as I mentioned either last episode or the episode before that, like a very long time ago, that I was going to move the library up another floor just so that it stood out a bit better. So I've done that with the help of Chronolulysis or Sunnyshade, the guy who originally built it. And you can go watch a time-lapse of this being built in the top left-hand corner now, and there'll also be a link to their channel. Then there's this thing, and all of this city that I've been building. Let's start with this. This is the Cathedral of Amber, as you might be able to tell. It's an almost exact copy of the Cologne Cathedral in Cologne, Germany. Only there's unicorn devotion stuff all over it, because the religion of Amber is unicorn worship. So there's that. This took a very, very long time to do, and actually halfway through its construction, Quasi, the other admin on the server, and one of my good friends decided to quit Minecraft, which was a real shame, but honestly I don't blame him. He's training to be a doctor, and Minecraft was just kind of getting in the way. As well as he was just kind of bored sick of it because he'd been playing it for years, same as me. So yeah, I don't blame him for quitting, but this is done apart from the interior, but it's looking very, very nice. And then out here we've got the sort of the highest level of the city. So this is where rich folk live, and this really nice sort of medieval style building, which I really like. But it's sort of medieval-ish, but it's like sandstone instead of white, and like white wool, and this slate instead of just like wooden roofs or whatever, or thatched roofs even. So yeah, that's all of this stuff. I'm talking quite fast, sorry, because there's a lot to get through, and I don't really want to like just mumble about crap. So yeah, I'll probably be releasing some sort of cinematic of all of this stuff eventually. Also, apologies if you can hear that in the background. It just started raining like crazy, Anyway, I'm going to make a cut here and make my way over to Tower Town. Alright, so here we are in Tower Town, and as you can see, not a lot has really changed, but a lot more has been added. So, I think last time I came here, all of these buildings that are here now were just circles on the floor to mark where they were going to go. And literally just like in like a 3-day period, I was just like, okay, let's do this. Let's finish Tower Town. And it took ages, but I finally did it. And I'm really liking the look of this place now. There are some really nice buildings here, like this one, this like really tall one, and this one over here is sort of like on its separate pinnacle, and this observatory and a few other ones. So I'm really liking the look of this place now, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. The stream coming down and the stadium in the background, which you've all already seen, I'm sure. And if not, then click in the top left hand corner now to go and see a full walkthrough of the stadium. Anyway, there's only one thing left to show, so I've just got to fly over there now. Alright, so we're just approaching the slums now. Behind me is the beginning of the academy, which never got finished and probably won't get finished for a long time. But this is the lowest level. Basically the way that Amber works is there's 3 or 4 levels. So this is the lower one. This is the second layer, that's the third layer, and the fourth layer is on where the palace is. So the third layer has the cathedral. The cathedral's just over there somewhere. So this is the eastern entrance of the, well, of Amber, of the city, and it leads straight into the slums. Now, all of the buildings here, with the exception of a few, are made by people other than me, and I've just like copy and pasted them in. So the only things made here by me are these towers, which are copied over from Tower Town, to just sort of blend in a bit, and these ones here and there that are made by me. But as you can see, like they're similar to the ones up near the cathedral, but they've got wood roofs instead of slate roofs. These houses over here, these white and pink and yellow and green and all sorts, all of these are made by Manx, who's a really old member of the server. He's been around pretty much since the start, but he's since left along with Quasi. This whole area here with this street and everything, this used to be all the way over there, sort of somewhere in the middle of nowhere, where nobody could really see it. So I brought it over here where it's closer to the entrance and where people will actually see it and where it's actually useful. These stone roof buildings are made by Nov, who's a member of the Voxel Box, but up on his PMC page he has a download link to basically just a group of schematics for these medieval looking buildings. They look really nice, so thanks Nov for those. And there's also, I think, this one and a couple of these wooden roofed ones, definitely those two, and a few more made by, I can't remember his name, but he's also got a PMC page with a download for his group of medieval style buildings. So I basically just got both of these mega packs of builds and just copy and pasted them into this area and like interdispersed them with other stuff and trees and Tower Town builds and stuff. And then this is the platform that you arrive on when you come up the eastern stairs. So this is the prospect that you get, and these like flames and stuff. I literally built this earlier today, and this stairway leads down to the well, basically down the cliffs of Colvia, down the side of the mountain. This is, if you've read the books, the stairway that Blaze and Corwin fight their way up. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. It's kind of a weird looking staircase, I know, and because of the world height, it can't really go any lower. I might build I probably will end up building a separate world where I just copy and paste this lower region of the city and then expand the cliffside down and build the whole thing. And it just sort of zigzags down the mountainside. But yeah, it's a very precarious staircase after you pass that point there, because there's no banisters and it's only about that thick all the way down. So yeah, this is the unused entrance. Not many people come this way, and hence there isn't really anything to stop people coming into the city this way, apart from guards and stuff. There'd be a whole platoon posted here most of the time, and then there's these watchtowers and whatnot, and the walls, obviously. But Amber is one of those cities that isn't it's easily defendable, but mainly because you defend it before the enemies even get to Amber. It's a walled city, but it's not overly big on defense, because nothing's ever really got that close to it before, because there's just so much land surrounding Colvia, the mountain that it's all built on. So yeah, so I think that's it really. I guess I can also quickly talk about the channel updates and stuff. In the next few weeks, I'm hoping to start bringing out daily videos of various Let's Plays. Basically, I've got loads and loads and loads of games in my Steam library that have just been building up for months, pretty much since I got my new computer, so a year ago, and various Steam sales have just destroyed my wallet without any return. Because I've been too busy playing Minecraft to actually bother playing these games that I've bought. So I'm actually going to get around and play those games finally, and since I'll be making Let's Plays and recording for the channel, it won't feel like I'm not doing work, which is why I haven't really been playing them up until now. So there'll be that to look forward to. Although I don't really care how many people watch them, I'm really just doing them so I can play the damn games. What else is there? Oh, me, Mike, and John are gonna start podcasting again soon. We're hoping to get one out every week and properly schedule it so we can actually do that each week. And we're also gonna try and do some multiplayer stuff together. Mike is looking to do some reviews of sort of Guild Wars 2 and other games that he plays, and I'm looking to do some sort of game analysis type of stuff, where I do sort of in-depth looks at games. The first one that I've got lined up is Super Meat Boy, but I've got a lot of ideas for other games and other things that I want to talk about as well. So there's a lot of things to look forward to on this channel again now, because I'm taking a gap year off to just do various things, and stuff for YouTube is one of those various things. So yeah, there should be a lot more content coming soon, so watch this open space, as they say. Anyway, thanks very much for watching and listening to all my blabber, and I'll see you guys next time.